Okay, hello everyone. Yeah, oh, okay. Okay. Okay, and I'm actually, this one is Indy, who is my partner. So today we would like to share about something that we fight in 2019, some APT attack against Taiwan. So we would like to share about some trend and some news tactic that APT malware will be using. And then Indy will introduce you every detail of the two APT operation that we have monitored. And in the end, we will also like to share in Taiwan, in our company, how we address this APT attack, how we discover this attack, and how we do a more detailed investigation. And here is my introduction. I think the host is already tell everything. But there is still something that I want to mention is that, okay, first that is I'm a senior researcher in Cyprus and we do a lot. I'm a response for a research team, so we are very happy to come here and want to make more research, and maybe we can do some research together. And yes, as a CPA player, I have participated DEFCON final in 2016 and 2018. Once with the Taiwan best CPA team, become CPA team, and the other time with one of the student team from BFS. And we also discovered several zero days in some commercial system like Synology and QNAP, which is Taiwan's local NAS vendor. Okay, and most important is that I'm also a member in Taiwan community. So like here is a TCOM, and TCOM is a very big and first place security conference in Taiwan. So I also come here want to meet more friends and invite everyone. If we have chance, you can come to TCOM. I think we will hold a very big conference every August in Taiwan, and hope we can see everyone here. Okay. And I'm also the AS3, which is a student training project in cybersecurity in Taiwan. I'm a lecturer and a mentor. Okay. And that.
Hi everyone, I'm Indy and I'm the cybersecurity researcher at SECA, and I'm a reverse engineering project because I learned to how to make online hack since I was a high school student. So I learned cybersecurity from that a lot. And I'm the speaker of TCOM and TCOM training and YX. And I give a lot of talk and training in the Taiwan local security community.
Okay, so this is today's online. The first one we will point out two trends in recently APT attacks. The first one is supply chain security, and the other one is that we find out many APT attacks will not use their APT malware, but instead they use many system administrator tools. Yeah, so we will share these two things, and then we will introduce two of the operations that we will tracking. The first one is the shadow hammer operation. I think this one is very famous. Maybe many people here already hear this APT attack. Does everyone hear the shadow hammer before? Yeah, does everyone know this? Okay, we will introduce this. And the other one is the web storage operation. And in this case, we monitor the attack directly from some Taiwan documents. And we also tracking these APT teams very long time, so we will share about some of our findings. And in the end, we would like to try to share something about how we do the threat investigation. So, because of Taiwan is in a very special position, so we always encounter very advanced and complicated state-sponsored APT attack every day. So in Taiwan, the main APT group like target Taiwan, like BlackTech, APT group, and Visa. And we track this malware for a very long time. In our company, we can say nearly every year, and every month, and every day, we will upload tag. For example, in Taiwan, we will have a holiday in the 3 days later. And we believe that the taker will do something during we are taking holidays. So today we will introduce to APT technology to investigate. And currently we also notice some of the new trend in APT tactics. The first one is the more APT group will try to use a supply chain attack. That's because the organization, the APT group, want to attack. They know, they already know that there will be an attack, maybe because they have some sensitive data or they play an important role in the government. So they gradually to improve their security. But however, they remember their third-party cooperation vendor may not know these things and still develop their software.
No, it's quite good whiskey.
We can drink more. Okay, and so the other part is that we know that during malicious attack will try to use some benign program to make their attack. Because using this tool, the first one is that the administrator may feel it's a normal program and does not treat it as a malicious one. And the second one is that even I find this tool, we cannot contribute, we cannot attribute it to the certain APT groups. We don't know who he is. So the first part we like to talk is about the supply chain attack. Even so, most people discuss about supply chain security is most focused on hardware part, but I believe that in the software part, the supply chain problem is more and more serious. That's because our software has become very complex today. So I think everyone, even a developer itself, cannot understand where is every component of this program come from. So like this picture is I organized the whole program the software supply chain in here. So we can know we may have a source code and we have the version control, and then we'll have a compiler to compile it to the binary and a linker to make a third-party library, and then we have an executable. And after we have an executable, we may have a CI to test and build this binary every day. And then we will try to deliver it to our client side. So in the upside is in the server side is when our development program. In the this part, this program is going to the client side. So the program will be used some release side or some automation update mechanism or some dispatch mechanism to dispatch to our client, to the user who uses the program. And the user system will load some dynamic library and loader and executing the program environment. So we can see the whole supply chain is very, very low. So it's hard to control everything. Yeah. So for example, even the source code, you believe you have your developer are writing this program. But however, your developer may copy some code from other projects. So this implicit reference to other projects will also make some security threat. You may copy some code from the other open source project. But this open source project may have more build. But even worse is that because this code is implicit copy into your code. when this project has not built, it doesn't notify you because it doesn't know you use the code. And so there will be some problem. And maybe you will copy some code from the Stack Overflow, from the textbook, but many of them is functionally work, but not secure. For example, in 2015, there is a paper in FNP that and their paper say that there are many programs published in Stack Overflow is not really secure. So if your programmer copy this kind of code into the program, then your program, your software will become not secure. Yeah. And I think every block here and every component here has a supply chain security. I only have time to address some of them. And the second one is recently very famous. That is I'm putting my backdoor into library code. So this year we have the malicious event stream backdoor, and we have a Ruby strong pencil backdoor. In both attack that build some library and with some native very cool feature and writing some code. But however, they put the backdoor into the library and publish the text management system. So if you install this library in your software, then your software will have some will have some backdoor inside. Yeah. So when the programmer becomes, there are more and more programmers like to use other third-party library. These situations become worse. Okay, and in 2015 we also have the Xcode Ghost that we put some this tech that modify the compiler. Yeah. So every X compiled by the infected compiler will contain a backdoor inside. So for now we can know even so the compiler may be untrustable. So this is also a very dangerous thing. And in 2018 we have a six-layer attack, and in 2015 yeah, we have the other attack that we monitor in Taiwan is Operation PG. Good game, that is Arena, a very big game company, and their program, their update mechanism is compromised. So when you play a game, you will always download the newest version from the server. But when you download the newest version has the malware inside. So your computer will be infected by the malware. And the other part is about how we will talk today. Yeah. So in today we will discuss about two APT attacks. The first one is ASUS Shadow Hammer attack in 2019. We first discovered by Kaspersky, but we also get a sample and take a lot of time to reverse the sample, so we would like to share here. And the ASUS Shadow Hammer, I think maybe it's an update mechanism is being compromised. And the other one is ASUS Web Storage. And yeah, we discovered this operation in the same time of the ESET, but I believe that we have more, because we believe we have more information of this attack. And the web storage is that their dispatch mechanism is being compromised. For now, many companies may have their access management system, or they have some dispatch system that can help them to dispatch some new program into their computer in the company. But if this dispatch mechanism is misused by an attacker can free to install the new malware. Yeah, and the second technique that we think is that the attacker will try to synthesize a normal program for the malicious intent. Yeah, and for attacker, they want to prevent security product detection and being blocked by some administrator. So they utilize some administrators tool for level movement. We will show some of them in the later slide. So they use some built-in functionality in your Windows computer to do the things we want to do. So for example, the remote execution, when the taker get into your computer, it can have some tool like WMI, PSHQ, WinRM, and if you have some access management system, they may use this system to ask other machine, even though it doesn't find vulnerability inside, it doesn't have a malware inside, it asks other computer to do something, the remote execution. And something that can download some program. So, yeah, the interesting one is that the point.exe can also be used to download something. This is amazing because you always think point is a nice program that may be used to download some DLL from the service. And the BCME is also very common for users to they try to do some bad thing, they want to download their backdoor, and he would like to use this tool because this tool is built in your Windows, and many administrators will use that. So you cannot distinguish that this program is used in a normal situation, or if a taker already come to your system. Other one is a file operation to copy file or move file. It seems very common in many programs inside the program, but sometimes it will become very dangerous. For example, in the past when we do some bug bounty, we find a vulnerability in Synology NAS. And that's because he has a non-security file copy operation that can copy some file with a root permission. So for that, with this, we can get a root permission in one time. So the file operation is also very dangerous. And this one is the bypass. The attacker will use some normal program to bypass the antivirus, to bypass your application files, and do more things. So this part is the other thing that we observed in the recently in text. The attacker always use more and more benign or built-in program to replace their malware. So, yes. So to here we introduce the two attack trends. One is supply chain attack, and the second is to abuse the normal application. And later, Indy will show you the detail of the shadow hammer and web storage attacks.
So, again, I'm going to introduce the shadow hammer operation and now the absolute web storage operation. So here is the start. And ready to notice that Asus is publishing a critical update but without any description. That's the screenshot. So and later Kaspersky Lab is following malicious payload and the federal. And here is what's going on. The attacker injects malicious code to the setup.exe and after co-signing, the attacker also compromised the update publishing server. So they have published a critical update, and then the update agent has downloaded and executed the malicious setup.exe, and the setup.exe will execute the normal MSI package first, and before it exits, it will execute the malicious hidden payload. So the first stage dropper is the setup.exe, and this sample has a valid signature and certificate from Asus. This is the antivirus and EDR which hosts the site binary, which causes the detection evasion. So most of the antivirus will not never alert or say, oh, this is a virus. And the development cycle will be compromised, or the certificate has been stolen, but we don't know which one is true, or maybe both. So attacker can somehow inject malicious code into the sedaba.exe without breaking the signature. And so most of the program remains identical to the original sedaba.exe, so only very small part of the program was modified. So here is how it had itself. The attacker will change the function called CRT EXIP process. So the first call instruction should go to the CRT core exec process normally, but now it will call another function to execute the hidden shell code. And also, two functions will happen to the end of the code section. So you can see the modified part was very small, only one call instruction. Okay, so here's the shell code loaded behavior, the function we mentioned before. So shell code was interpreted using the WinP group's cipher algorithm and store the interpreted shell code in the P results over the EXE type. Then after that, it will use get module handle to get the module base address. And then they use the pre-computed offset to exit the results and the import table. So it can reduce the reference in the static analysis tool like APT. So if you, when we hunt for the hidden malicious code, we will want to start from some sensitive API like open process or maybe web process memory, something like that. But if we use the X-reference function in APT, we will not see any suspicious reference because you can see the code. The entire function has only one importable reference, the get module handle. And you know the base address of the program, you can compute, okay, where is the resource data, where is the import table. So you can just use the pre-computed offset, so you will not generate any static reference to that. And the shell code will be executed in the same process after decryption. So here is the WinP group. WinP group is a APT group, and they did some supply chain attack before. So the associated malware version use the same decryption algorithm. So here is some data from the first day dropper. So as I mentioned before, they use a encrypted shell code in their setup.exe, but some of the sample even contains the entire PD structure after decrypting. And you can see they left the PED path in the embedded PE. So you can see the C++ shell code. So they have prepared a special tool for this attack. And as you can see, the build time is in July 14th, 2018. And the shell code was generated from the C++ compiler because the shell code contains the provoke and compile structure like the push EBP and move EBP execute parts and the leaf pattern. So it's a clear pattern shows that this shell code was generated from the C or C++ compiler. And just like any other Windows shell code, this shell code also needs to find the library and the API by traverse the PED and the loader data to find the API like no library or get product address like that. And they will make an import table for the further usage. So the IPNet hash part is the hash of the function API name. So the shell code body will not contain any API name string. It will reduce the shell code size because shell code hash gets 4 bytes long, but the API name of Windows will be 15, 16 or longer. Then you will not see any suspicious thing in the shell code to make it harder to analyze. Okay, so this is a very highly targeted attack. Okay, first, the shellcode will enumerate MAC addresses and then compute the MD5 hash of MAC address by the MD5 related API called NTDLL. And it will compare your MAC address hash with the hard-coded MAC address list. And although millions of users was affected by this attack, but only 600 more users are targeted. When the target was matched, it will download another shellcode from ASUSTopics.com and execute it in memory. Otherwise, it will write the date to the file and just exit. So we implement the DLL to hook MD5 at IT, and then we can search the pattern of the structure of the stack. So we can dump the MD5 hash list from the malicious program because we have about 10 malicious samples. So we will not do it by hand. So we implement the DLL to do it. And after that, we break the 660 unique MD5 hash with one GTX 1080 file. And my friend told me they used 4 GTX 1080 to break all the 600 hashes in less than an hour. I'm so curious about it. So the statistics about MAC addresses, you can see the VMware are also on the list. Maybe you not know, the first 3 bytes of MAC address is the vendor code. The vendor code was issued by IEEE. So we can analyze we can count and analyze the first 3 bytes of MAC addresses. So we can know what vendor of the network adapter was targeted. So without surprise, ASUS is the #1. But ASUS may buy the network adapter from another vendor like Intel and then compose them into a PCIe CPU. So we will see other vendors, but not only ASUS on the list. So some conclusion about the shorthand operation. First, we cannot trust certificates blindly because the hacker may steal the certificates from the companies and use it to sign their malware. And although millions of people was affected, but only 600 and more users was targeted, so it's a highly targeted attack. Attackers really knows the victim very well, even their MAC address list. So even now, victims are still unknown. So no one knows who is the victim, and we cannot share that who is the real attacker because we don't have enough evidence to contribute the attacker. Really? Now we are going to introduce another APT in Taiwan, that is the ASUS Web Storage has been abused. Okay. So our system has monitored that with APT launched attack targeting several government organizations in April. And this attack was started via ASUS Web Storage update utility. Yet the update mechanism was compromised again. And rarely detected by an antivirus because the malicious program was executed by the denied program. And according to ESET, the update program was vulnerable to MIT attack. So they have made a guess that the router has been compromised. So they just need to change the DNS config, and they can hijack the connection to the ASUS Web Storage update server. And they have reused the TS50 malware that was identified by our system, and the TS50 malware was very popular in the Japan media attacks. Okay. So JP Sir has done a lot of research about it. So here's the timeline and activities. So first, the April, ASUS the storage update utility was invoked and connected to the compromised server. And then they will download the ASUS storage update.exe, which is the malware. And it will drop the second stage malware called ctf1.exe and place it to the startup folder. And then Taker will use second stage malware to drop third stage malware. And one of the given with the value certificate again. So here is a sample reply. The first is the initial malware is distributed by ASUS web server system. And the next one is MAB icon. That was the payload downloaded by the initial malware. And the others are examples for consistency, also captured by our system. And they are collected from the Taiwan government agency. So here is some screenshot from our system. So the individual malware was spread by associated update. And you can see there is a ctf.exe in the startup folder with the Excel icon. Really? This looks very strange and suspicious. So the attacker doesn't matter if their attack has been captured or not. And the second stage malware drop on the first malware. And here's other file. As you can see, our system captured the wrongly malware, and also there are non-APT malware. So again, the OneNote.exe yet another malware with the valid signature. So and this is also ridiculous. OneNote.exe plays for the name Exxon. What? Okay, so they have a certificate from the Beijing company. That is very fun. So here's the first initial malware analysis. It will download the MAB icon from this domain, and it will split the file. The beginning of the file is a very PNG file, and then it has a magic, I call it magic splitter, the blue part, the 9 bytes. There is the malware will search for the magic splitter, and then after the magic splitter, there was the encrypted payload. It will literally use C4 algorithm and drop files to the 3 places. So here is the second stage malware, the ctf1.exe, and then this one is the TS cookie. The spectral frequently appears in the Japan DT operation. And it will read data from the PD resource, and then also encoded with the RC4 algorithm. Then it will load shellcode into the memory, and the shellcode will load a deal of contents in the shellcode body. So this is a file-based attack, which leaves a less encrypt and which can avoid detection. And this malware has adopted a very heavily obfuscation technique. Like it inserts tons of useless function call to increase the difficulty of reversing, like a lot of call to recognize error, get on printf or their customized string function, all do nothing. But just if you execute the malware in the body, you will see 100 lines of the call instruction, but it all do nothing. So we have to clean up this useless code before we can analyze it. So we use the anti-Python to perform some magic and clean the useless function. Actually, we use the externals function to find all the useless function code and just patch it. So here's the before the patch, we can see a lot of junk code. After magic patch, these two are the same function before and after. So we can now analyze the malware more comfortably. Oops. Okay. This is the other third stage malware called ZSIEXE.0. It was installed as a service. and it contains the encryption code inside of it. Again, it will exclude the execution in the process. And another malware for develop202.exe has the same structure and the payload as this symbol. So after we dump and decode the shell code, we can see the two shell code bodies are identical, only the encryption key and the C2 config, the controller command server config are different. Okay, so these two backdoors is the same one, but with different config. We assume that they are two malware was operated by the different group of people, so we have the different DMC command controller config. So, some conclusion about subscriber storage. Sometimes an ITM vulnerability can be a very serious problem, especially when they happen in the upgrade utility. And the addition data append to the non-file format could be a signal of abnormal security. And I will share some malware tricks about both offensive and defensive. So the modern attackers are very smart. So modern attackers doesn't write their own shell code manually anymore because they can use compiler to generate the shell code. Like here has true on some open source project for SRDI. SRDI can convert the DLL file into the shell code. Okay, so you can just simply write you can develop a DLL file and then convert it to shell code and inject it into another process and leave no trace in the disk. And the second project is similar to SRDI, but it is for the developers. The memory module will parse and load key module from the memory or the byte stream. You can download the DLL into memory and parse it and load it without touching the disk. So if you use this tool, you don't need the low-level API anymore. So here's the offensive tool. And Python is the best friend. As I mentioned before, I use Python to clean the obfuscated sample. So I have published on my Python script listed on the GitHub. If you are interested in it, for the Python, you can look at it. And that's one of my favorite tricks. How to find malicious payload in 1 second. So nowadays, they will hide their payload in the big program. So how do we locate the malicious shell code of the DLL? So Windows system call library will check from time to time. So unlike Linux or other Linux platform, Windows shell code must use system call to the library. So shell code must locate the library file, the library and API function in the memory from the PEB structure and they can use the Windows API to do something. So, and the malware usually will not list all their functions they want to use in the input table. It will be too easy to detect the malware. So we can set a breakpoint on the virtual log yes, virtual percent yes, low library is value and get content yes. So the malware often use this API first to get others API. And so if we set the breakpoint point number, we can find the malicious code in a second. If you think that is not deep enough, you can set the breakpoint on the intermediate, which is more closer to the payload. Okay, so here is my case for the malware. And now we will share some APT investigation process.
Okay, thanks, Lindy. And here we already show the two of APT takeaway monitor and the detailed analysis of our reverse process. And next, we want to introduce the core investigation process. Because more reversing is not the core part in our investigation. So when we try to do an APT investigation, here is some definition process. Yeah. And maybe first we will have some observation. We have received some alert. Then we may have make some assumption. Maybe, for example, maybe the outlook drop a shell code. So maybe a attacker is send a phishing email to the user, and the email itself contains a malware inside, and then the investigation to check if our hypothesis is true or not. If it's true, that we can continue to reverse and to do more detailed analysis. And if not, we can continue to find other possibilities and to make more and more detailed research. And here is how we do it when we investigation and APT. So the first, we will do the free hunting. That's we have some of our EDR system put into our every computer, and to collect some event and some information from every end device. And then this information will be aggregate, and we do some correlation and to finding out and discover event like belong to a text. And the third, if we aggregate information and find out a taker, and in who take picture, maybe there are one or two spatial malware that we have never seen before, then we will go to a malware analysis process. So we will give to a malware reverser like an APT to analyze the malware in very deep detail. And then we will go to the threat intelligence part. We try to compare our malware to the malware report that was published by other security vendors to see if this attack in this malware had been appeared before in the past in other security vendors report. So now we can have more chance to know this attack is launched by which group. And then we feedback. After we know every detail, we know every CMC, we know every malware, and then we will planning to tell the victim how to block the CMC server, how to remove the malware in a more precise method. In many cases, some of a victim will remove the malware every time. Observe one malware and just remove one. But however, the vulnerability itself or the main backdoor is not key. So the attacker is easy to spot the other backdoor inside, and that never solve the problem. Only after you finish all the investigation process and understand every technique and every part of the attack, then you can make a back feedback and to prevent this attack to happen again. So first, we will use the threat hunting system to proactively and regularly investigate if the attacker already concealed in your environment. So we'll trade in some network information, file information, process, register, and memory information. Okay. Yeah. So in this part, we will try to use some EDR system to gather some information from a single input. So this is our system. So here we can see we have a one thread here. Now this machine may possibly be under attack. But single information in the single machine is very small, only a partial of the attack. So we need to collect every information from each endpoint together and back into our reliable platform. Now we call it the threat investigation platform. And in this platform, we can connect each attack together. Yes, I think the most problem when we try to investigation and to forensic is the log and information and some event alert produced by the SIEM system is too many. And this large amount of information cannot be handled by human. So we need correlation and filter out unnecessary information. So for example, our system will gather information from EDR and make them into a graph like that, which can more precisely to illustrate the full attack group. So we know the attacker is come from here, this node, and then drop this node. So this can help us to tackle the investigation. Yeah. So, for example, for web storage, on the web storage APT, our system will produce this result. So we can look, no matter the first one is the ASUS web storage update, and then drop other more inside. And yes, like here, it's also the relationship between each IOC. So with our tool, we can depict the whole picture of your system as a whole attack. And in the next one step is now we try to involve a threat intelligence system. In the previous two attacks, we gather information from your internal organization. But sometimes we still need to external information to make a communication, to make a compliment. So, for example, in that case, we want to answer the three person lives who use this malware and who owns and who operate these domains. And yes, and are there other APT groups that use the same malware infrastructure before in the past? So we have more possibility to contribute this attack to the certain APT groups. Okay. So here is our threat intelligence system that can help us to find out the ASUS hotfix.com information. And this domain is used in the shadow memory attack. So we can know which time and which IP is registered to this domain. So we can identify that in 2018, May 3rd, when the IP is binding to the ASUS hotfix.com, and this could possibly to be a malicious one. And in November, it's binding to 0000. So that means the attack is finished, the attack already finished the attack and want to remove everything out. Like that. Yeah, so we can find out maybe this attack can be associated to the IP address 103.28.46.4. So we can draw the timeline of the shadow hammer. In the May 3, this domain is first registered. So we can guess that maybe the attacker already planned to make this attack. So, and maybe he already compromised ASUS. So he knows the ASUS program will come to this domain. So he start to prepare the operation. And until January of 2019, this attack is reported by a person. So maybe attack is taken during this few months. And I think in this time, the attack is already finished everything he wants. So in this time, it's hard to get the final stage of the problem of their IT system. Yes. So, okay, so here is some timeline of the operation shadow hammer. And in the end, there is some takeaway. The first one is now we introduce the two techniques that APT groups that we would like to use. The first one is a supply chain attack. But because our software become more and more complex, so yeah, it's nearly impossible to establish a totally trusted secure supply chain. So the attacker will try to, if he cannot directly attack you, then try to attack the third party or the supply chain of your system. And we have illustrated to APT operations and to show how the real world APT look like and what kind of technique we use. And in the end, we go through the overview of our investigation procedure to tell you that if your company or your organization, if you want to do this kind of free hunting, or what kind of technique and procedure you need to take. So this is our today's talks. So thanks everyone. And here's our email. If you have any question, and it's welcome to send email here to discussion with us. And we will also stay in the ROOTCON, so we are very happy and we welcome every discussion. Okay, thank you very much.
So again, thank you so much, Lashley and Andy. We already had a share of drinks, so it should be good. Any questions from the group? Yes, sir.
So this is from the point of view of defenders. So if we are system administrators managing the system, and the attack is not detected by the virus, the attack is coming in from a trusted source. What do you recommend steps that people like us can do to help either block the attack or minimize the damage that the systems are facing?
I think in the most situation, sometimes like the APT cannot observe by antivirus. So, to be honest, it will take a lot of effort to do that. So the things we can do is that maybe some SIM system and maybe some EDR system. We can collect more information from the input. And then you can try to find a correlation between this behavior. So for us, we construct a system. In fact, we utilize some engineering method to help us to connect every event together. Yeah, because single event, the information is so little and cannot for this information. So we will connect every event to make the whole picture. You know, this event are put together so our investigator can pay the next time to read unrelated event. And then we can understand maybe this population and this event of relationship with each other. So for a company, maybe you can use some SIM system with some tool like the EOK framework, EOK, Elasticsearch framework, that can help you to measure your log. And you can query, your investigator can query something like, I want to find a process, this process has created another process. You can make a query and see if there are anything normal. But for us, we use our database system.
Thank you. Any questions? Yes, sir. Go on. Well, I think I have no more questions from the group. So, if ever you still have questions, then I'll give you the approach as speakers. So again, thank you so much, Leslie and Lindy, for the presentation about the round of applause. Thank you. So,